Hey guys, welcome back to another art video. Today we're going to talk about acrylic pours. This. Now acrylic pours is acrylic paints being poured onto a canvas and then letting it just flow and happen and see what it looks like. There's a few things you can do to help out in creating some cool things like this is called cell action or celling. There's some things you can do to help that out a little bit, and hopefully in this video you get a chance to see how that works, and maybe you can try it at home with your own paints. So keep watching, have fun, it gets real messy. One of the main ingredients to doing this is the silicone spray. This is what I like to use. You can use any kind of silicone oil that you want. I use this spray stuff because I can use it on other things as well. It works well. All I gotta do is spray it in there, in the cup. Maybe it's the first thing you put in, maybe it's the last, but as long as you stir it into the paint, it does what you're looking for. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna use Elmer's glue to add to our paint. So whatever colors you choose, mix in that Elmer's glue somewhere around a 1-to-1 ratio. And along with that, the paints I use are a little thick, so we usually have to dump in water to thin it down. This is actually the second time she's putting some paint in there, or water I mean to put in there. And that helps thin it down. It takes a lot of stirring to get that mixed in, but you need it to be kind of runny to really make it work. And if it's not runny, it doesn't flow very fast on your canvas. So each one of these I'm going to kind of show you. Black not as easy to see, but you know, like you can see the white and the purple, they're going to flow a little bit more off that brush. It's not going to just clump up, leave raised chunks of paint. It flows off, it flattens out in the cup pretty good. That's kind of where you want your paint to be. You can see the purple is a little bit thick, how it clumps up as it drips down in there. So we're going to add more water to that one. And once you get it all mixed up really good, just make sure all of them are mixed up nice. Put that silicone spray in. I didn't show it in the video. I told you earlier that you need to use it. Just a couple sprays in each of these cups as you're stirring that stuff in, and make sure it's mixed in as best as you can, because you don't want that silicone to actually touch your canvas first. If it touches your canvas first, the paints won't stick to that little spot. So, time to start mixing my paints together in what I like to call, or other people call it as well, it's called a dirty dump. So you put a bunch of paints together in one cup, so that they kind of make a mixture of paints all together, but you're not going to mix it together in that cup. That's very key here. Just dump, leave the paints be as they are. Don't stick a brush in there and stir it around. Otherwise, it's going to be too mixed and not do what you're looking for. So just keep doing little layers at a time, little bits at a time, and until you get what you think is enough to cover the canvas. In my experience, if I'm a little bit over half a cup in these big cottage cheese containers, that seems to be enough for the size canvas I'm using. If you're going with bigger canvas, obviously you need more paint. And, well, time to do a dump. Here it goes. So I'm going to put my canvas sitting on top of the bucket, or on top of that container. I'm then going to pick them both up and just flip them over, holding them both in each side. Make sure your hand is directly underneath where that paint is. So when you pull this off, it doesn't just flop out of your hand and you lose control over it. So hands underneath the canvas. That seems to be the best way of controlling the pour. In a matter of 20 seconds or less here, you're going to have this canvas covered and done. So you have a lot of work of prep just for that tiny little bit of painting, if you want to call it painting. But it looks really cool when you're done. Get a really cool effect and very unique kind of painting that you can't just do with a brush. So there it is. Here's just a quick rundown of the paintings we got through today. Nice looking pink, white, purple, some greens, another purple one. It's a really cool pink and green one. Light colored blue and purple, and this maroonish red one, pinkish maroon. And right in the middle of all that, where we did all the pouring, this is what's left behind. Now, because we did it on plastic like this here, we'll let it dry on that over the weekend. And you can actually cut this stuff up and put it in the frame just as it is like that. Some really cool stuff happened as it all mixed together there on the table. There's a lot of stuff to go with acrylic pours, but it's a simple thing. You can say, this doesn't make sense.